Alright guys, welcome back to another video. I'm just after doing a workout, so I'm quite sweaty, but the show must go on. I've said to myself that I'm going to upload really regularly to YouTube, aiming for roughly 2 videos a week. So yeah, I've got to hold myself accountable to that. So it doesn't matter, we're hopping straight into this because I have a video idea and we're going to run with it. Okay, so you've seen the title of this video and it's how I signed 4 social media marketing clients in about just 1 week. So I want to break down how we did that and how we did it without like running any Facebook ads, without doing any paid traffic, and without doing any like cold calls or cold emails, and doing it effectively. Okay, so not just guessing, but actually devising a system that we can follow to make sure that we're doing this consistently. So this is not just a once-off, this is something we can do and we can repeat. We can do it every single week. Now we don't sign 4 clients every week, but I'm just showing you what's possible when you have this kind of structure and this kind of system. So before you think about how can I sign 4 clients a week, you've got to make sure that you're ready to actually take some clients on. Okay, so first off, before you do anything, make sure you have a service, you're crystal clear on what you're offering, and then secondly, that you have a niche. You have types of clients that you are targeting. Ideally, you have one type of client and you have one service, and you pair the 2 of those and you have a really clear statement of what you're doing. So for example, I help supplement companies scale with Facebook ads. Okay, very specific. You've one service, you've one niche, and you know exactly what you're doing. So if you talk to that kind of business, you're talking to them in their language. They understand what you're saying, you understand their business, and you know how to get them results. Okay, so if you don't have those already dialed in, go back onto my channel, check out the first few videos that I have, and in there you'll see that I go into more detail on how you can pick a service for you and how you can pick a really good niche. Okay, so check those out, then come back to this video. And now let's get into the actual strategies, the systems, and what you need to do to start signing clients consistently. So the method that we used to do this was we went on to Instagram, we went on to LinkedIn, and we went on to Google Shopping. And what we did was we typed our niche into those platforms. Okay, so for this example, I'm going to focus on Instagram particularly because that's where we get the vast majority of our clients. The others are very much replicable, meaning that what you do on Instagram, you can do on LinkedIn and Google Shopping, but we're going to focus on Instagram. What I want you to do, okay, is open up Instagram, and what you're going to do is you're going to type in your niche. For this example, we're going to assume that we're working with e-commerce businesses, and more particularly, we're going to look at maybe sunglasses companies. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to type in sunglasses. Right, you're going to type that in, and what you're going to do is you're going to go to the hashtags. Now if you look at the hashtags and you scroll through, you'll see that there's a bunch of accounts posting in that hashtag, and what you want to do is filter out the brands. There's obviously going to be a load of junk content on there from spammy people and just from people posting about their sunglasses. You want to find the actual brands that are selling sunglasses. Okay, so you want to identify them, find them, and now what we got to do is we've got to craft a really compelling message that we're going to send to them that's going to, 1, grab their attention, and 2, spark their interest. Okay, so you can have a list of 50 or 100 of these clients, but again, they're not your clients yet. All right, we gotta start that process to actually make them your clients. So what we're going to do is we're going to craft a compelling message. Now this is something that I see a lot of people doing wrong, in my opinion. And they go in, they DM a brand and they say, hey, I run Facebook ads for companies, do you want to hop on a call and chat about how I can do the same for you? Ultimately, look, that's just not going to work. Like, people get those emails every single day from people, and they get DMs every single day from people as well. People like you and me trying to pitch them on services, but what's going to make the difference between you, me, and the rest of the people is that we're going to actually do it in the right way. So what I want this message to start off with is a general question about their either current marketing setup or their current service or products. Okay, so for example, in the e-commerce niche, as you can imagine, a lot of DMs that these brands get are from their customers. Right, so you can pose yourself as a customer. You don't have to say, hey, I bought your product, but you can say, hey, do you guys ship worldwide? Or, I saw one of your ads on Facebook. How are the ads working for you? Okay, what we're trying to do here is something that doesn't seem salesy and something that just comes off as a genuine question. A genuine question from a customer or someone who's interested in what they have to offer, because ultimately what we're trying to get here is a response. We don't want them to sign up with us from this. We want to get a response. We want to then be able to email them with a case study or with some piece of value, and from there we want to get on a call and potentially book them in as a new client. But as I said, we're trying to get a response here, so keep that top of mind. All you're trying to do right now is get a response. Now, assuming that you have got a response now, we're going to craft another message in which you want to get their email from them so that you can email them either a case study, an example of something you've done for one of your clients, or just a free strategy or a free value piece that you want to give to them. Okay, so something that ultimately seems like they're getting a whole lot of value from you for free with no strings attached. You're not trying to sign them up just yet. Now, realistically, when you DM these pages, a lot of them are going to ignore you. So what we want to do to maximize our potential returns is we want to follow up with them. Okay, so there's two ways of doing this. Number one is we follow up with them 2 to 3 times after the initial message on Instagram itself. Okay, so that's what we're firstly going to do. And to go even a step further, what we're going to do is we're going to start following up on different platforms. So if we DM them on Instagram, we're going to start DMing them on LinkedIn. We're going to find one of the decision makers on LinkedIn, either the CEO or the marketing manager, and then we're also going to email them. Okay, because look, e-commerce brands, a lot of them have customer support reps running their inbox, so ultimately you're not always going to be talking to someone of influence or someone who can actually pull the trigger on a project. And so ultimately what you want to do is you want to maximize your chance of finding that person. So again, we're going to follow up on Instagram and we're going to follow up on different platforms as well. Now, all going well, you've got yourself some emails, you've sent them over a case study, and let's say you've booked in some calls. Okay, at this stage, now you've got to put on your selling hat and sell yourself and sell your service. Okay, so this is the moment you've been waiting for. And yeah, let's just get into what determines a good sales call. So what we're trying to look for here is a 20-30 minute call where you come on and you ultimately, you go straight to the point, you find what they're struggling with, and you diagnose that pain or that problem with your solution, which is your service. Okay, so you want to hop on and really get to the core of why they got in the call. They obviously got on for a reason and they feel like you might be able to help them. So you have to really unroot that with them. Is it lack of customers? Are they not getting a lot of repeat customers? Is it low average order value? Low conversion rate? The list goes on. You want to really get to that and you want to be able to diagnose that with your solution. Okay, so bear with me for 1 second. I'm going to hop onto my laptop and we're going to run through the actual numbers. I'm going to run you through how many emails you need to send, how many sales calls you need to do, and most importantly, how many DMs you got to send in the first place to actually book in 4 clients every single week. Okay, so follow me and we're going to get into it. Okay guys, so here we are, right? Let's jump straight into the actual numbers. Before you get confused, let me just explain everything that's going on here. So this is the how to sign 4 clients game plan, right? And we've wrote this down in what we need to do. So we've got how many clients we want. We've got the number of calls we have to do, the number of emails, and the number of DMs, okay? So our target here is 4 clients. Okay, so based off these response rates, what this means is ultimately we're going to assume that we close 30% of all sales calls. So if we were to have 100 calls, we would close 30. And if we had 10, we would close 3. Okay, so that's what we're working off here. That's a very realistic rate. You know, some people obviously have way higher rates. We've had weeks where we've had 60, 70% response rates, but ultimately we're looking for something that's pessimistic here. We want to aim so that we have to do more calls, so that we're going to push ourselves to do more calls, and then we might even sign more clients than we thought. Okay, so that's what we're working off here. So assuming that we want 4 clients, if we do the calculations, it means based on that 30%, we're looking at 13 calls. That's how many calls we have to get on in that 1 week to make that work. So if you break that down, that's roughly 2 per day. Okay, so again, let's just do some quick math. So break that down. So we have it here. When we look at that, it's roughly 2 per day, 1.9 calls. Okay, very, very attainable. Now, let's go back even a step further and we're going to look at the emails. Okay, so how many emails do we need to send to people to get these 13 calls and to get these 4 clients? Okay, so for this, we're going to assume a 10% response rate. And this is what I've found to be a relatively good-ish number. It's not amazing, and you obviously want to shoot for higher. But ultimately, a lot of people are just not going to go ahead and book the call. They're going to get turned off at that stage. And look, people are busy, so you can't expect that to be 100%. But based on this 10% rate, meaning that if we send 133, we will sign 4 clients. Okay, so again, these are pessimistic numbers, like I said at the start, meaning that ultimately your rates are probably going to be way higher. But we want to aim so that they're worse, so that then we'll probably just outperform our metrics, which is amazing. That might mean that, you know, you sign 2 extra clients in a week or a couple extra per month, and that makes a huge amount of difference. Okay. So what you're looking at here in terms of like how much is that per day, that would be about 19 or 20 emails every day. Okay. So very, very attainable. You know, if you have a template down and you know what you're saying in those emails, very, very easy. Again, I have a guide which has email and DM templates. So if you want help with that, check out the link in the description and you can save with code SAVE10. That's aside the point. But if you do need help on that front, if you want to know exactly what to say, I've got some templates and you can copy and paste them. Okay. So again, let's work back even further. Let's go to the very first stage, and it's the DMs. Okay. So how many DMs do we have to send? We're going to base this on a 50% response rate, meaning that 50% of people you message are going to reply and 50% of people are going to say, yes, I want to see the case study, or yes, I want to see whatever free value you're offering me. Okay. So with that, we're looking at 267. Okay. So again, let's break that down even further into every single day. You're looking at about 38 DMs per day. Okay, so you might think of that like, whoa, that's a lot of DMs. But realistically, if you're just copy and pasting the message, like I just said, if you get my proven message templates, that's very attainable. You know, that might take you, even if it takes you a minute per DM, which it's not going to do, then you're looking at 40 minutes for the entire day. You're looking at 40 minutes to do that. You're looking at, let's say, another minute per email. You're looking at another 20 minutes. And then you're looking at the actual calls. The calls are going to take you maybe 30 minutes each. You're looking at another you're looking at an hour there. 30 minutes each, an hour. Okay, so ultimately this whole thing does not take your entire day. Like very, very quickly with a system like this, you can see that you might be spending 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day max, and you can be booking this amount of clients. Okay, so again, it's just getting these systems in place and doing these daily actions. So if you want clients, you don't go in and you just like DM a bunch of random pages and hope for the best. You sit down with the numbers like this and you look at it realistically. Like, how much do I need to do? And like, if I was going to say to you, for 2 hours a day, you can sign 4 clients in a week, you would be like, yes, sign me up 100%. I'll do that. No problem. Right. So I'm giving you that game plan right now. If you want 4 clients a week, or look, even if it's a lower number, it doesn't matter. But this is what we did in 1 week. 4 clients. We sent roughly 38 DMs a day, 20 emails, and we did about 2 calls a day. And with that, we signed about 4 in a week. Boom. Easy as, guys. Alright guys, so I've just wrapped up that with you and I've brought you through the actual numbers, you know, showing you what exactly you need to do, how many emails, how many DMs, and how many sales calls you need to actually get some results. Now you're probably hearing my Slack notifications in the background, that's my team working away. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, go down below and like I said at the start, pound that like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave me a comment with anything you want to see from me in the future. And apart from that, I wish you all the best with your day and with your journey as an agency owner.